welcome back to my channel. So today we're not going to be glamming up at all. I'm going to be talking about one of the craziest times in my life. How I almost drowned in Cuba. Okay, so let's backtrack a bit. I decided to go to Cuba with a co-worker that I had a friendship with, or I thought that I had a friendship with. And if you know anything about Cuba, you know that the primary language in Cuba is Spanish. And I don't speak Spanish. Clearly, I speak only English. That's it. But I decided to go because, again, I had developed a friendship with my coworker, so I trusted her. She speaks Spanish, so I thought it was going to be okay. Yeah. Anyway, we went to Cuba. We landed in Havana. We're going to stay there for about 3 nights. So the way that we had divided the trip, we're going to spend some time in Havana, which is the main city in I don't know, main place in Cuba, you know. So we're going to stay there for 3 nights, and then we're going to take a road trip. So we're going to hire a driver that was going to take us to some other parts of Cuba. We got to Cuba. It was great. It was beautiful. One thing that people tell you, but they don't really emphasize when you're going to Cuba is the Wi-Fi, or rather the lack of Wi-Fi. Okay, there are only I would say 3 places that you can get Wi-Fi in general in Cuba. You can get it at your casa, which again, the Wi-Fi is gonna be pretty shitty. You can get it at a hotel, like a really fancy hotel. You have to get a cocktail and then you buy Wi-Fi. Or you can get it at a park. You don't want to get it at a park. It's basically like just a long line, like waiting for Wi-Fi. Like, it's not even worth it. So that's not a viable option. Okay, let me tell you the good things about Cuba, okay? Because the rest of the story is going to be like this. It's not going to be that fun. Good things about Cuba: the food is amazing, the liquor is amazing, the mojito is amazing. So all of that, we were enjoying that, and then we decided to start our road trip. Okay, so let's fast forward to the day where I almost lost my life in water. Like, I don't know who sent me, but I almost, that day. So anyway, we got to this place called Trinidad. Again, it's a small, really small village, really pretty. It has like colorful buildings, and we took like lots of pictures. We wanted to go on an excursion where you take a horse to a waterfall, and then you go to like some plantations. Basically, we were just thinking about the nice videos we'll get, the nice pictures, and also, you know, the fun doing it, but you know, the nice pictures we're gonna get. So we started our excursion at 12 p.m. We got on a horse, and then we got to the waterfall. So basically, you park your horse, and then you go downhill to the waterfall. When you get to the waterfall, it's really pretty. Like, it has like layers to it. There are people like just sitting down, chilling, you know, people swimming. A lot of people were swimming. It seems like a lot of people that go to Cuba can swim. I don't know. But everybody that was there was like coming out, going in, swimming. So to start it off, I can't swim. I can't swim to save my life. I can't swim at all. So I just got to the waterfall. My friend was with me. There was another guy that was on the excursion with us, and he decided to swim with my friend inside the water, which was okay. I sat down on the rocks because I can't swim. So I said not to go in. So the guy that went with my friend basically was, you know, signaling to me to come in, and I was like signaling back to him like, I don't do that. That's nuts. Water, deep water, me, we don't mix at all. But he didn't stop. He didn't hear no. He decided that he was gonna come and get me. And he told me not to worry at all. He's like, don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna swim with you. You can hold on to me and I will swim. Like, I can carry you. So I didn't want to be a you know. I didn't want to seem weak, so I was like, okay, that's fine, I'll go. I mean, what's the worst that can freaking happen? There are like 200 people here. I can't drown. You know what I mean? Like, you don't drown when there are a lot of people. Okay, so he held on to me. No, I held on to him rather, and we went into the place. So, okay, the waterfall like has like rocks in the water. So like we could swim to one of the rocks that was literally in the middle, and I could basically just sit on it. Okay, this rock was in the middle of the waterfall, so I just sat on it. And my friend like came to meet me. She was swimming as well. My coworker. Let's not use the word friend in this story. Let's stick with coworker. My coworker came to me. We were talking for a while. We stayed in the water for a long time. Everyone was swimming, right? But I was just sitting down on the rock because I can't swim. So I didn't even try. And I just expected that basically when it's time to go, the same person that brought me in would take me out. Anyway, it was time to go, right? So the guy that brought me in, I didn't know where he was. And my friend had already left the water. She was like chilling outside, like on the rocks outside. So I was just sitting down on the rock, basically waiting and thinking to myself, like, okay, soon my friend will come get me or the guy will get me. Like someone has to get me. But there were a lot of people in the water, like a lot of people, right? But I wasn't just gonna ask a stranger or a random person like, hey, can you get me out of the water? You know? And I could see already people were looking at me because I was just the only one sitting on the rock. I wasn't swimming, I wasn't doing anything at all. My friend told me, so she signaled from outside and she said we should go. I told her I can't swim. I can't swim. Come get me. She's like, oh, again, co-worker. Let's stick to co-worker. So she was like, well, she can't come in and get me because she would drown. She can't, like, she can swim, but she can't swim, like, she can't carry me out, right? Which is fine. I understood that. So I was like, okay, well, she should tell the guy that brought me, you know, to come get me. So the guy finally came back and the guy was like, okay, why are we still here? Like, let's go. So she's like, well, we're waiting on Fiona. So the guy looked at me and I told him like, come get me. So he said, okay, he's coming. Okay. I should have waited. I think that's still the biggest mistake of my life in that situation. But when he told me he was coming, I thought to myself like, how bad? Like, so basically where I was in the middle, but there were like some rocks around me where, you know, I just thought to myself like, why am I such a wuss? Like, what could happen? Like, why am I begging someone to come get me, right? I can just swim to this rock. Like in my head, I calculated it all. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna swim to this rock, and then from this rock, I'll grab it, swim to the other rock, grab it. By the time I swim to that other rock, I'm already outside. Like basically, there were rocks where you can, you know, there was like a whole path to the entrance. Anyway, I thought about it for like, I was there for like a couple minutes. I kept playing it because I was also scared. I can't swim, but I'm like, I mean, again, what could happen, right? So I decided to just come down from the rock that I'm on, okay? Use my right foot to push myself to the next rock and then just grab on it. And then that was my strategy. That's all I was gonna do to get to, you know, all the rocks to get out of the waterfall. Okay. So I went into the water, and by the time I got into the water, I realized that I couldn't feel the rock to push myself, right? So I couldn't use my full feet to push the rock because it seemed like by the way I jumped into the water, I had jumped a little too forward. So I wasn't even by the rock to push myself. So I basically just had like my toes touching the rock. I still tried to push myself to the next rock. I felt the rock that I was supposed to get to. By the way, I had artificial nails then, so and really long ones, okay? So I felt the rock that I was supposed to get to. I got to it, but I couldn't grab on it. I realized, okay, so I don't know anything about rocks, but the rock that I basically touched, it was the most slippery rock I've ever touched in my life. There was nothing to grip on. Like, basically, I touched the rock and my hands just went like this. Like that. So, just remembering this is like, it's something that I've kept in the back of my mind for like forever and short. But anyway, I just fell down, right? I just went all the way down into the water. And then I went up, right? I was like doing this. They call it, is it threading? I don't know what it's called. I can't swim. I don't know anything about swimming. But I was doing like this, and I would like basically get up, but my head would never come out of the water. Like, I would come up and just go all the way back down. I could still feel the rock. So I would come all the way up, try to grab the rock, and just go all the way back down. Go up, try to grab the rock, all the way back down. Just like repeatedly, and just like, and all I was thinking to myself was, like, basically, like, how long was it gonna take for someone to like realize what was going on? There were a lot of people, but everybody was like swimming, doing just like in their own world, right? And I just thought to myself, like, again, someone could just think that I'm just playing in the water, because everybody there could swim, like they were swimming really well. And just like so many thoughts went through my mind, like, is someone gonna find me? No one is gonna find me. How long is it gonna take for that guy that was supposed to get me to realize that I'm not in the water? Like, see, so many things went through my mind, right? But I remember to myself thinking once, like, okay, I'm just gonna let myself go all the way down to the end of the water, because I thought, like, okay, how deep could it possibly be, right? I'm just gonna let myself get to the end of the water and then like push myself up and then scream like, help, you know? So I didn't try to like fight it. I didn't try to like come up when I was going down. And I kept going down, and I kept going down, and I kept going down. And then it just hit me like I wasn't feeling the ground in the water. Like I kept going down and down, and I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to die.